There's a knot in my back. Alright, what's up everybody, it's your boy DudePlays here and I'm back with some more Grand Theft Auto 6 videos for you guys. So today we're checking out why public transport is amazing in GTA 6. My second time recording this because my mic audio was not present. Anywho, before we get into this, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all of that good stuff so I can get more views, likes, comments, shares, subscribers, money, cloud, fame, so I can feel superior to everybody else and achieve my dreams and stop being a bum. With that being said, let's get into it.
Why would you care about public transport? It's a question I find myself asking pretty often when I'm sort of enjoying the public transport in Grand Theft Auto 5 or Red Dead 2. It's a really simple little element to the game that, in my opinion, adds a lot. So when it came to GTA 6's trailer coming out, one of the things I was looking for most was infrastructure, public transport networks, and all the kind of things that absolutely no other bastard was looking at. Why is that, you might ask? Well, because I really care about these smaller details, and they matter in a certain way. So let me just go on a little journey here for a second and explain why I think that you should care about the public transport in Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't know roughly how old I was when I started really giving a shit about this stuff, but I do remember when I was playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the taxi missions really appealed to me. Taxi missions aren't exactly public transport, but they are something. They're not just driving around in a car aimlessly, they are go and sort of play this mini game where you go and you pick up passengers. Almost a Crazy Taxi style mini game. It worked for the time, and Crazy Taxi, it was still pretty relevant back then. So, of course, everyone kind of, took part in these mini games, and they were good fun. But it wasn't until Grand Theft Auto 4 that I started to really notice the public transport networks. Now, I don't remember riding on the subway or in the overground subsystem or anything like that, but I do remember being fascinated by the idea that it was there. And I know that you could, but I don't remember doing it. I think I was still at that age where the idea of just sort of traveling around on a train didn't really appeal to me. Plus, I'm
There's a
British.
huge knot in my
For me,
back.
we have a huge amount of national rail infrastructure from the God
trying
knows
to crack
when
it for a
until
while.
now. It's a really common thing in my country to have rail service. I know after my trips to America, it's not the same for you guys. You guys do have sort of trams and some interstate rails, I think they're called. But like just a train service that takes you from one town to another isn't as common. For me, I could have gotten a train and gone 5 minutes up the road or 5 minutes down the road realistically on a train and be in a completely different town, and that's how it works here. So at that point, I wasn't that interested in riding a train around. But I do remember seeing it. And I do remember thinking that's a really neat little thing, but that was as far as it went. It wasn't until I hit Grand Theft Auto 5 that I really started to give a shit about these areas. As I've spoken about before, I have played GTA 5 extensively through single player, multiplayer, online, and roleplay. And one of the
Same here. I played it to death. Also, I didn't realize you could take the subway in GTA, or I should say the train in GTA 4. But then again, GTA 4 was that one GTA I have not played much of. I've played so much San Andreas, a decent amount of Vice City, some Vice City stories. I haven't played much Liberty City stories. Obviously, I spent the most of my time with San Andreas and 5, those two. Even Chinatown Wars I played a lot during the day because I used to emulate it a lot. I still have it on my tablet and I think on my phone as well. Oh, and on my Steam Deck. So yeah, so that's actually news to me, but I
things
wonder why
that
they
I
took it over
discovered
5.
years down player online and roleplay. And one of the things that I discovered years down the line was how detailed and interesting the underground metro system is in GTA 5. There's something about it that really does interest me, and I don't quite know why. It's just something. A vibe, maybe, I guess. I don't No. In the same way that I'm fascinated with the underground subway system in London when I go there, this does have a similar thing for me. There's something about going into these little underground tunnel systems and working my way down and getting on board a train and going from station to station. Now, I will say the underground railroad system and train system here is not the greatest, and that's very apparent. There's some stuff here that's cool, and the train moves and you can get on it and you can walk around freely, but that's kind of where it ends. There's not much interactivity here. But it's neat, and this entire underground network is neat and cool and interesting, and something about it that we always seem to overlook when we talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. No one really thinks about the subway system, and no one really cares about it down here, because why would you? It's a fucking underground subway system, but it does make a difference. It makes this city have multiple layers, not just the ground where we all drive, but there's an underground and an overground system too, and that's cool. I don't know why, but it is cool to me. But if we really want to talk about trains, we have to go out west, and we have to get to Red Dead 2 to talk about that. I remember the first time I realized there was an actual working train system in Red Dead 2. I was in Valentine, just sort of milling around the area, learning more about what was where and why my first playthrough, and I see this train pull into the post office or train station. And I remember sitting there and going, holy shit, that's cool. And then I remember getting on board and going, holy shit, that's cool. And then I remember being able to interact with people and rob things if I wanted.
Yeah, the interiors of the trains in RDR2 are really pretty, as you can see right there. And in the I've played a bit of the, going on trains, and you can just sit in the actual seats themselves and just enjoy the view. But then there's also guards on the train, so if you don't pay and you jump onto it, then they will hunt you down and shoot you. So there's actually some criminality to it as well. You have to actually like buy a ticket. I guess at the station, you have to
holy
wait at the
shit,
station.
being able to interact with people and rob things if I wanted to, and going, holy shit, that's cool. Everything about Red Dead 2's train system immediately engrossed me. And maybe there's something to do with the time and setting and everything else here, I don't know. There could be something to do with the fact that we get horses and carriages, and this seems like future technology. It seems so many leaps and light years above anything else that is in Red Dead 2 that for the most part we're kind of sitting there going, holy fuck, this is great. But there's something about it that really grips me in, and I don't have a really logical answer, and I can't break down this whole thing to tell you exactly why. There's just something about it that I love. I love getting on board a train as Arthur and letting the cinematic camera just take over and the ambient music kick in whenever it feels like. There is something about the sound design to the trains that really does resonate with me, and there is something about the entire environment that is gorgeous to let just pass you by while you look out of a window. Red Dead 2 genuinely is every frame could be a painting in this game. It is a beautiful, beautiful game that still holds the test of time 8 years nearly later. There is something truly magical about this game, and these trains just amplify that. There is no rhyme or reason. You haven't got to get on a train to go anywhere that you couldn't go on a horse, but more often than not, when I'm just playing or free roaming or even going from town to town just on missions, I like taking public transport. Even if it's not the most efficient route, even if I have to go the entire way around the map to go just right behind myself, I'll happily get on a train and let it run. I adore the train system here.
There's been times where I'm playing a game, usually open world like GTA or whatever, and you could just, like, say you're eating while playing the game, you could just jump into a taxi like you can in 5, or in RDR2 jump on a train and then you just, set your waypoint and then you just watch the train go to your destination while you're eating. That's a specific scenario, but
I
I've done it,
really
is what I'm
and
saying.
let it run. I
So it has
adore
its
the train
uses
system here. I really,
outside of,
really do. And I'm
yeah.
not some sort of weird perverted train wanker that stands on a platform in the real world and looks at trains. I have no interest. But in a game like this is what makes me happy. This is what does it for me. You can give me a million guns and a million inventory items and I will still be happier with a working public network system. This fucking rules in my opinion. And look, I get it. Not everyone is going to be wowed by a train system and you're probably not going to immediately jump into GTA 6 and immediately ride the railway system. I completely understand. But look at it, feel it, and just, oh my god, isn't it so cool? Doesn't it add so much to this world, even when you're not riding a train, just seeing it go by, knowing it's taking people to their destination, even though it's a fucking NPC train that does nothing. There's something about it that makes me feel more immersed and involved in this world. And maybe I'm alone here, but I really do feel like this adds an infinite amount of immersion to this world. Maybe I'm completely crazy, but for me this does it. So of course, when GTA 6's screenshots and trailers and everything else came out, I immediately set about beginning to look for a railway or network system like this because, god, GTA 6 looks so beautiful, and if this is what Red Dead 2...
Yep. Especially this club scene with all the lighting and everything. This, a lot of dudes are gonna be in here when the game launches, and I imagine in the future for PC with roleplay and all of that, which I think Rockstar actually bought 5M. So yeah, they're gonna be using that a lot.
Looks so beautiful, and
for so many
this is
game
what Red
modes.
Dead 2 was, I can only imagine how fucking gorgeous GTA 6 is gonna end up being. Yes, we've seen trailers, but gameplay and trailers and being there and experiencing it in real time are two different things. So when I started to see these train systems and these railway networks and everything else, oh my god, did I start to get fucking pumped. This is what does it for me. And it seems like there's quite a few network systems around. There's one definitely in the city, there's one definitely in the dock area, there's one kind of somewhere around about the mountains, wherever the hell that is. We suspect it's up north, I guess. And if these all link together and I can just take one grand tour of the whole of Leonida, then oh god, I'm gonna be one happy camper, I swear to god. This is everything to me, and I know it's a nerdy subject and I know it's stupid, but I love these kind of details, and I think these are the things that matter. You might not notice it, or you might not interact with it, but you'd know it if it wasn't there. Something would feel like it's missing, something would feel off. And I think that these will be incorporated in a beautiful way, and I'm sure we'll have missions, and probably we're not going to be doing train robberies like in Red Dead 2, but there'll be reasons to go on these trains outside of just traveling around, and that makes me excited. But I'm curious to know, as always, do you guys actually care about these things? Are you someone that spends time on trains or not?
Yeah, I definitely care a lot about train or subway traversal. Yeah, that's and I hope we'll be able to like listen to music in our AirPods with it, because you know in GTA 6 the screenshots we've seen of Jason doing his workout on the beach with his AirPods in, and then Lucia, she was the one that we saw with her by the pool with the glass of drink and the strawberry wedge on the side of the glass with the texture tool. I've talked about it in previous videos. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, let me show a quick picture of it. Lucia by pool. GTA 6. Yeah, this one. She has the AirPods in, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to listen to music while in the subway. But we'll see when the time comes. So, hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.